Good afternoon, everyone. This is the Office of Consumer Credit Commissioner's stakeholder meeting to discuss the rule review for crafted precious metal dealers. My name is Audrey Spalding, and I'm the OCCC's Assistant General Counsel. I'm joined by several members of the OCCC staff, including our Commissioner, Leslie Pettyjohn, Licensing Director, Moran Diamond, Senior Supervising Examiner, William Purse, General Counsel, Michael Rigby, Deputy General Counsel, Matt Nance, and Paralegal, Ginger Harmon. I want to thank everyone for listening online. We prefer our in-person stakeholder meetings, but for everyone's safety, we are holding these online webinars during the coronavirus pandemic. Getting input from stakeholders is a really important part of our rulemaking process, and these meetings help us make sure we produce the best rules possible. Before I begin, I wanted to let you know that a copy of the pre-comment draft is available for you to follow along with on the OCCC's webpage for recent and upcoming rules. We're holding this meeting via GoToWebinar. Some of you might be listening on your phones, some of you may be watching on your computers, and some may be doing both. For those of you watching on the computer, there's a window where you can submit questions. If you have technical questions about using the webinar, you can type them in there and Ginger will try to answer those. If you're listening online and have any comments on the notice itself, go ahead and type those in at any time, and I'll be getting to those as well. And if you're on a computer with a mic, there's a function allowing you to raise your hand, and then we will be able to let you make a comment verbally. Today, we're talking about rule amendments that are coming out of a process called rule review. The Texas Government Code requires state agencies to review their rules every 4 years to make sure they should still exist and make sure that there aren't any necessary updates. When we do that, we try to get input from stakeholders on whether the rules should be updated. We're currently reviewing Title VII, Chapter 85, Subchapter B, which deals with crafted precious metal dealers. So first, I'd like to summarize our rule changes to Chapter 85, Subchapter B, and then lay out the proposed timeline for these rules. Then you'll have a chance to provide comments. As you can see, there is very little changing with our crafted precious metal rules. We're only repealing Section 85.10.12, as it is expired by its own terms and existed only to transition the registration system from DPS to the OCCC. As far as the timeline, May 26th is the deadline for informal pre-comments. June 19th, we will propose the repeal at the Finance Commission. The official comment period is between July 3rd and August 3rd. On August 21st, the Finance Commission will adopt the repeal, and then the repeal will be effective in early September. Are there any initial questions about the proposed timeline before I keep going? Ginger, are there any hands raised or other questions that you may know of? Okay, I don't know of any questions, so I will move on. Are there any other questions that we have about the rule? Just a reminder, you can raise your hand on the webinar if you want to ask a question verbally. It looks like there aren't any questions or hand raises so far. If you want to type a longer question, you can let Ginger know so we don't cut you off by sending her a short statement saying, I'm typing a longer question. Otherwise, I'm going to give everyone 1 minute to ask a question before finishing up. Ginger, have we received any more questions? It looks like we don't have any questions, so I'm going to conclude. I want to thank everyone for attending this webinar. Rule updates are available on our website. We'll also be posting the audio of this meeting. We're accepting written pre-comments on these rules until 5 p.m. May 26th. Email those questions or comments to me at rule.comments@occc.texas.gov, which is our email address for rule comments. Thank you again for attending our webinar.